like there's 30,000 students, and I always wondered, like when I'm walking into university every day, how many of those 30,000 do you actually know, or have you ever spoken to, or you've walked past?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Sarah and I'm 20 years old. I come from Trinidad and Tobago. I study chemical engineering and I'm a first year. My name's Emma and I'm 21 and I'm in my 4th year at Leeds doing French and History of Art. I was born in Aberdeenshire and my parents still live there now, but I live here for uni.
David Thompson. David is Hebrew and it means beloved, I think. I am from Denmark. It's my first time that I'm officially living abroad.
My name is Sebastian Castellanos. I'm from Colombia, from Bogota. I'm 28 years old. I'm doing a master in transport planning and the environment. And that's it. I've been in Leeds for like 5 months.
And my English name is Iris. I'm age 23, I think. I major in advertising and marketing in business school, postgraduate. Pei means in Chinese means energetic, and the yue means happy, so it's energetic and happy.
I'm Saskia Mukherjee. I'm in 4th year now, studying international relations. I'm 21. Well, my dad is from India and my mum's from England, so I'm mixed, but I grew up in Singapore. I lived in Hong Kong before that and London before that, but my main childhood was in Singapore.
Yeah, I'm Michelle Akure. I'm from Nigeria. I'm in my 1st year and I study chemical engineering.
Nicholas, some sort of warrior. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, civil engineering.
I'm Noni Hendry and I'm 21 years old. I study international relations and I'm in 4th year.
My name is Joy. My Chinese name is Huang Wenle. I come from China. I'm now studying postgraduate at business school, like international marketing management. It's my first time living in England.
Julia, southwest of Germany, it's called Stuttgart. Studying English and French. I'm in my 3rd year right now. I lived in Paris for 5 months only, and then Leeds.
My name's Lauren. I'm 19 and I'm currently studying 2nd year history, and I'm from Birmingham.
My English name is Lucy because it's easier to pick up here, and my Chinese name is Lei is my given name, means a lot of flowers, national language and intercultural studies. 中国.
My full name is Luz Maria Larragan. I'm from Mexico. Specifically, the state is Yucatan, and my city's name is Mérida. I'm 22 years old, and I study communications. This is my 3rd year. I arrived a month ago.
My name is Aygirim. It's the most popular name in Kazakhstan. It means moonlight beauty. I'm from Kazakhstan. I'm 22 years old. I study engineering, so it's my 3rd year in Leeds.
Yeah, I've lived in England, obviously, and then I've also lived in Germany and Russia.
In my 3rd year, I did a year in France, and I was living in the north in a place called Lille. It was a great experience.
I lived in France for like 2.5 years. I did part of my studies in France 4 years ago in Saint-Étienne, which is a small city like next to Lyon.
I speak English. I speak Pidgin English, which is also called broken English in Nigeria. I like to learn French and Spanish and Arabic.
Sadly. I'd love to, but to be honest, I learned French for about 12 years and got nowhere, so it's not looking hopeful.
Yep, I speak French because I'm studying French, and then Italian, and I did learn Spanish, but it's mostly gone because I didn't practice.
I speak English, but I also speak a fair bit of mother Spanish. Spanish is spoken a lot in Trinidad. Because of our geographical closeness to Venezuela, you can pretty much see Venezuela from Trinidad.
I speak Chinese and English, only two of them. No, I think I just focus on English. If I can really speak really good English, I think it's enough for me in the following life.
Mainly English, but there's like Creole and other languages which I don't speak. Spanish is second language, but everybody speaks English. It's Creole, it's just like dialect, so it's like slang. We would like pronounce things differently. So instead of that, we'll say that, like TH, it turns into a D.
I speak English obviously and French, and I did a bit of Spanish at school, but I'd like to improve my Spanish.
I speak Spanish, obviously, because I'm from Colombia. I speak English because I did my, well, since I was like 5 years old, my school was in English, practically everything, so I speak English. I speak French because I lived in France, and I really like German, so I speak ein bisschen Deutsch. I want to continue learning German, definitely. I love it.
Chinese, French, and English. English is a compulsory language in my country because the language helps gain to know more about the world cultures and how the world is interacting with each other.
In China, we speak Mandarin Chinese, and we have a local Shanghainese. I speak a lot as well. Basically, I want to improve my English much more better and maybe learn some Spanish.
Well, English, obviously, and I can speak German on like a tourist level. I studied it until I was 16, and I'll probably try and go back to studying it at some point in my life because I do kind of miss being able to have, you know, sort of an extra language. Difficult to learn other languages.
Danish, English of course, a little German, a little Spanish.
English and German. Yeah, I really want to learn Spanish next year after I graduate.
My native language is Spanish, and I speak English as well. And I don't know, I can understand a little bit of Portuguese. And I would love to learn French. I tried learning German once, but that didn't work out. It was too hard for me.
I speak Kazakh, Russian, English and Spanish. I like to learn French and Arabic in the future.
Oh gosh. Oh my god.
For other people, German people cannot say squirrel.
I don't know. A lot of people say dog a lot. We say horse. H-O-S-S. To English people they say mate or lad or those kind of things. We say horse.
Okay, I have to think about that for a second. Well, in German, for example, for squirrel, you have Eichhörnchen.
I can't think of any.
Well, the flue is one of them. It's like a kind of porridge. And another really good one is en skrædder købte rødvin i rødvin. En skrædder fra Rødovre købte rødvin i rødvin. It means a tailor. It is a difficult one.
I think Chinese is very easy to pronounce every word.
I know this word, but I can't say it. It's very. To be honest, I can't pronounce it.
It means China.
I struggled with specific a lot. That was a while ago. Specific was difficult. It's not anymore, but it was.
If you go to Colombia, you should learn Spanish there. You should learn Spanish in Spain. It's really hard. So anything that has a J, I think it's kind of hard for people. So actually my full name is Juan, and people don't normally pronounce the J properly.
For me, it's not that difficult.
I don't know, I can't think of it because now it can be complicated for me.
The longest is, I think, well, it's in Mary Poppins, the film. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
We test like the people that come to study abroad there. We test them with ferrocarril because it has that R, like roll in the R thing.
Kazakh language is all complicated. We have lots of like sounds.
Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty bought was a bit of bitter butter, so Betty bought a bit of better butter.
Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal. 3 sad tigers ate wheat in a like a wheat place.
Rápido rodean los carros cargados de azúcar por el ferrocarril. The cars run fast when they're full of sugar down the railroad.
44是10是10 14是14 40是40
14是14 40是40 14不是40 40不是14 something like this. 14 is not 40 14 is 14 40 is 40 14 is not 40 40 is not 40.
The seashell one. Sally and the seashells. I don't know it.
Peter Piper picked a pepper.
Peter Piper picked a bag of bagel pepper. I don't know.
Sam sipped Sally's soup.
What do you mean by culture?
A lot of the world views the Caribbean on a whole as just being predominantly of people of predominantly African descent. And Trinidad especially is completely the opposite of that.
Embrace your life, I know. 1940s or 50s, so people call China as 东亚病夫. It means that sick Asian people. That means Chinese people were not very confident and they looked very weak and something like that. But I think that was just kind of misrepresentation. People are becoming more confident and they come to the outside world to say more things and they can build the country better.
The first thing they say about is Borat movie. It annoys lots of people, but for me it's fine. I think after this movie people started like going to Kazakhstan, this kind of, I heard like the income of tourists has been increased after this movie. But it really annoys people still think that we live in this kind of places. Here in Leeds people say, oh, you're the first person I met from Kazakhstan. It's a bit flattering for me. For them I'm like novelty.
I don't like beer, for example, so everyone was like, what? But you're from Germany, it's not possible, you don't like beer. I wouldn't want to be associated with just beer.
Not really, because nobody really knows on my country. That may be a nice thing. Especially some people don't actually even know where it is, but it's fair enough because we're not that many people.
Quite often, people don't distinguish between Scotland and England. I would say I'm British, but primarily Scottish. I guess they've just got lots of stereotypes, like men wearing kilts, haggis, everyone drinks whiskey, but they're fine, normal stereotypes.
Well, I think we have this, bad reputation of drug trafficking. So I wouldn't say it really annoys me, it's just the ignorance of the people. So, well, I'm here for that also, to make people less ignorant.
People just keep asking me, do you eat dog? Do you eat frog? Because they say some videos from YouTube showing like Chinese people there like kill the cat, kill the dog and eat those meat.
People say that Scotch people are angry, stingy with their money, and fat.
It doesn't annoy me, but I expect that a lot of people don't know where it is because it's such a small island.
They think Chinese is very, they like to buy luxury goods. Because we have large population in China, we want to compete with each other. We are less friendly with each other, and we compare with each other. I think it's a negative attitude in our life, but I think Chinese work hard, study hard, and they earn their money, use their own effort.
Since I grew up in Singapore, when I tell people that, they're always like, oh, it's so clean there. And then it's like, yeah, it's clean, but then so are like so many other places. Singapore shouldn't be known for just being clean. Yeah, just the stereotypes about places, like that Singapore's so clean, or you're not allowed to have gum, and it's really strict. I lived there for 15 years, so it's not really. Those are major stereotypes. There's a lot more to it.
They always ask me if I have a donkey, which I don't. They ask me if I always wear my sombrero, which I do not. People think that we don't have cars, that like we don't have roads and stuff, so it's kind of random that they think we're so far behind.
Yeah, they perhaps think that we all know the Queen. Or that we all live in London, that if you say you're from England, they'll be like, oh, so is that near London? So for me, I live like a few hours away from London. So I just go, yeah, just a bit outside London, which is actually quite far. So it's kind of like an assumption that London is perhaps where it's all at, and there's obviously other places to be and to get to know. So
That black people are loud, but we are loud though. Oh, I get questions like, do you have houses in Africa? Do you live in a tent? And then I was talking with someone one day and he was like, oh, you have TV in Nigeria? I was like, really? Yes, we do.
I wanted them to see, like, because Kazakhstan's common thing is hospitality, so I want to show by example, like being friendly and open.
To be honest, the stereotypes are actually really fun to learn about, and sort of Scottish dancing is really fun. The parties when all the boys do wear their kilts and stuff. I think that's a really fun part of the culture.
I was reading an article yesterday online that says that Colombian girls are the most beautiful in the world. Just come to Colombia. Food, I love eating, so I think that everyone should come and taste the amazing Colombian food.
The food is the most fabulous thing.
The first thing is teach people how to use chopsticks, because it's different from Asia and from Europe. They just use knife and fork, but we use chopsticks, and only with chopsticks we can do everything we do with fork and knife and spoon.
Everyone is really calm and more laid back about things. So that lifestyle is just much more chill and down to earth. So I wish everyone could experience that and understand that.
Nigeria is a colorful place. It's full of people who love to interact. And the three major things I would say that define, for me, Nigeria is music, dance and food. Because we love food and dance and music. And
shaks, which are like musical instruments that we play, drums, all these different things. Like, it's difficult for me to pinpoint one thing. Rum and Coke, rum and Sprite. Obviously, rum is a stereotype view that it's Caribbean. Jack Sparrow, Pirates of the Caribbean.
One of the things that I really love about England is that there's such urban life, but also rural life, and I think that's nice that you can get that balance of life in England. Really,
we're really friendly and we're really warm, and whenever other people from other countries are in our in Mexico, we try to help them as much as we can, and everybody's always smiling at them, and even if they don't understand whatever language they speak, they would always try their biggest effort to they'll make their biggest effort to just make everyone feel at home, and we're really just welcoming. That's what I really like about Mexican culture.
I think that it depends who you're sort of teaching. I went to Australia and they all asked me if we had running water. So I'd like to teach the Australians that Scotland is a civilised, developed country. Generally, I think just teaching people that stereotypes aren't always true. Scottish people are quite skinny sometimes.
It has such a mix of races. I mean, we've been colonised by the British, the French, the Dutch, the Spanish. And I mean, about 40% of our population is of African descent, 40% is East Indian descent, and the rest is mixed. So it is quite a nice mix of cultures that interact every day.
I'd like them to teach that Kazakhstan is it's a very big country, and we have very different nationalities. It's about 130 nationalities. So I want them to know more, and we're very different. And it's not just about Soviet Union, we are more than that. It's about 50% Kazakhs, like me, they look a bit Asian. About 20% Russians. So then the remaining 30% are Koreans, Uzbeks, Germans.
It's fine, it's never really a problem, because I know if I borrow money I'll always pay it back, or they'll always pay me back.
It depends, but I would react normally. If it's a good friend, I would lend money, and it's fine to ask for money, because one day you'll help them, and then next day you never know what's gonna happen. Family is very close to each other, so they always help to each other.
I think if it was a close friend, you'd lend them money, and if it was a close friend, you'd feel happy to ask for money. It'd be quite a casual exchange.
It depends what friend. Like the amount of money I would lend to someone, it would depend on like how much I could trust that person.
Lend the money. I lend the money. Depending on how much it was and how much I had, I would lend it. But I find it quite difficult to ask for money back. I find it a bit awkward.
Without a problem, it's fine.
Based on my culture, that would be really normal. I would, if it was a friend, it depends on the kind of friend too. If it's a friend that doesn't pay up ever or doesn't pay up on time and I know I would need the money, I would be skeptical. But if it was a friend I was close to and I know the person really needed it, I would give it to the person. Sorry.
I think just being open about it, you know, like we have I think especially in all Latin America, I would say especially in Colombia, we have we're famous for being really open, and we like inviting people to our houses, and we don't really care about the money or anything. So just being open about, you know, like, yeah, if you need money, just go ahead.
It depends on how close we are. If we are close friends and I've got that amount of money, then I will just lend it to my friends. But if just someone I just met, I will give a little money, but not that huge amount of money.
I would do it if you know they were a good friend and we've had a good trust between each other. Then I know that if they genuinely needed the money, then I'd be happy to lend it to.
It depends, like if it's a couple of minutes late, it's fine, but if someone's significantly late, I guess it's quite rude.
I try not to arrive late, but again, culturally, it's hard not to. Just maybe try not to make too much noise, and that's it, sit in the back maybe.
For us, that's just super normal. One of their first days here, and we were just like meeting like all the internationals that were here, and I met some people from Norway. We had an exam, like an English exam. We asked for food a little bit before the exam, and they were so worried about it. They were just like looking at their watches, and like you could see the girl like sweating, and I was just like, whatever, like we can arrive late, it's fine. In Mexico, actually, like if you say oh, let's meet at my place at 7, it actually means 8.
We call ourselves Chinese, and yeah, we're known for being late.
It's the most common thing, we're always late. For example, when you have guests, when you invite them, they can be late 2 hours. It's normal. Like when you have a wedding or something, you invite them for 5 and you expect them around 7. So
it's okay, but I know it shouldn't be late. But sometimes I was late for the lectures. But when I was late, I would just enter very quietly and try to not destroy the teaching.
Depends how late. I've probably arrived a little bit late sometimes, but someone who is massively late, I think that's quite rude and disrespectful.
Dating.
Yes.
You mean boys and girls?
Forbidden to date.
Forbidden to date.
Forbidden to date.
If I was forbidden to date,
Forbidden to date.
That was forbidden.
Today?
I would find that strange.
That would be an interesting situation because I've never really known anyone who's forbidden to date anyone that they want. I don't think I personally would take that very well. I think have a bit of a tantrum.
I haven't met this situation.
So before the marriage, they were not allowed to be sleeping with each other or living with each other. That was really a taboo. But nowadays, I think it is more open, and the boys can choose the girls they like, and the girls can choose the boys they like. They don't have to ask permission from their parents.
I don't think I would be, but I probably, if I was, I would just do it.
Trinidad, to be honest, has no major restrictions with those sort of things. There is a significant percentage of our population that's Muslim, and one of the amazing things is the majority of Trinidadians respect religion. Religion is a major part of life, and it's something that we view very seriously. Just something like families, like Sundays, church day, regardless of your religion.
I think I will fight for it, but most of the time I think I will give up.
That'd be hard.
If I was in that situation, I will feel like broken my heart a little.
Something unimaginable in Colombia. Just people are also really open. Normally it is the guy that asks the girl out, so I don't know. That would be impossible.
I would be really shocked. It would be so weird. Like, it's not like that in Mexico at all. You can date and do whatever you want. The only thing that I would wait for is like sex before marriage. There are there's some people that still do that. It's not very common anymore.
I wouldn't like that. My family have brought me up to build strong relationships with people, and if you have shared interests with somebody and you get on well with someone, then you should go for it. I'd want anybody to hinder me from doing something because of the morals that I've been brought up with.
Well, if I really like the person, the reasons matter. The reasons for my being forbidden to do that will determine what I would do.
We're not forbidden to date, but lately, because of Muslim religion is coming into force, lots of girls who wear hijabs, they don't date. But we date, but not like here in England. It's not like your parents don't allow you to sleep in his house, to go to his house, this kind of stuff. It's completely different dating thing in Kazakhstan than here, but it's been changing. It's from my point of view. Usually you have to get married before.
Oh my god.
I mean, my parents always just want me to do my best, but if I failed my exams, I would be really disappointed.
Once you do your best, yeah. Once you do your best, that's fine. But personally, I know what my best is, and if I fail, it's not my best. No, that's not acceptable.
It's a tough one. You have some more tries. It's not like fail and you're out. It's not that bad. It happens.
Freak out and then go and see my tutor, and I don't know, I would have the biggest meltdown in the world. I tell my dad, I talk to my dad because my mum would go psycho.
Not the end of the world, but personally, I don't like failing, so I would be kind of upset and mad at myself, but just because I'm really competitive.
If I failed my exams, I think initially my parents wouldn't be very pleased, but nothing drastic would happen. I wouldn't be disowned or thrown out of the house or anything. Personally, I'd be pretty disappointed in myself, and I think that I would probably save up money and try and put myself through education again to do a bit better.
I will be shouted by my parents. The teacher will talk to me, and I will cry a lot. Because of the populations, we have very tense competitions in our studies, and so we are really have pressure during our studies.
I don't care about the grades, so it's never been a problem for me. But I don't know, I guess just retake them. That's the only thing you can do.
Before the university, my parents, they will think if you fail the exam, it means you didn't study hard. It's a quite big problem, but when I entered the university, so the score doesn't matter this much.
Depends for what reason. I think if I knew that I hadn't worked hard enough for the exam and I failed it, then it would be completely my own fault.
That would be terrible because I know how much my folks are paying for me to come here.
It's not a disaster. In our universities we have this kind of cheating is kind of normal, to be honest. It's not very strict like here.
American music.
Soca, and it's obviously very popular. It represents unity, represents happiness. I'm very open to different types of music. So I like my hip hop, even groups from the UK, Arctic Monkeys. I follow them a lot. I'm a person that appreciates obviously different. Because let's say you might like the music that I grew up on, you might have something different, but I would still be open to it.
There's a band called The Script from Ireland. Like
Latin music.
German music, the music in Berlin. That's really fun.
I do like R&B. I like hip hop. I like reggae.
Yeah, the Irish song Danny Boy. That's what I actually really like. Danny Boy, the pipes are calling.
I listen lots of English songs, mostly American.
I love jazz. I was actually at a jazz place yesterday and it was pretty cool.
I also like country music. I love country music, which is strange for a black girl. That's what I get told.
I actually really like Arabic music. Family's been to Dubai a few times and just on sort of taxi drivers' radios. Sounds great. I don't know any songs though.
Apart from Chinese music, I listen a lot from the American music and also some of British pop.
I like such a variety. I like everything. I don't know, but I guess I would say soca.
I like rap. I like some kinds of Nigerian music.
American music, like from the United States, I really like rock and alternative rock.
Probably soul or jazz.
The Caribbean's really amazing dancing.
Thai dancing. It's really elegant. It's really impressive, I think. It's really impressive, yeah.
Well, right now back at home is the carnival season, so this is when all the soca music comes out. There's an artist called Marshall Montano. He is like, we view him as like the king of soca. So I can leave that up to you to listen to some of his songs, you know. Carnival, we obviously maybe a bit biased, but we view it as the greatest show on earth. 2 days of non-stop partying, just you're on the road, you know, like you have on specific costumes, and most of the bands have costumes that are related to different cultures.
Salsa, of course.
I prefer street dance.
Russian dancing is amusing and Indian weddings look really fun.
Well, back in Mexico we dance a lot of salsa and we dance cumbia. That one's really fun. I love it. Like every time we go to a wedding or a graduation party, they always have that one. I love it.
Salsa. I especially like West African dance.
We've just started salsa dancing, so I'd have to say salsa.
I wanted to learn like freestyle dancing. I want to learn because it's quite cool.
Everything.
Yes! Oh my god. Roti prata in Singapore. Like, it's so good. It's like naan. Have you had naan?
Yes.
Yeah. But it's like, it's similar to that. It's more oily. It's just so good. So good.
I think China have lots of delicious food, and also Japan. Asia have lots of delicious foods like Thailand, Japan, and China. Yeah.
Are you like Italian food? Yeah.
Probably French is my favourite.
Italian, by far. I love everything Italian, especially pizza and pasta.
I want to say Chinese food is much more delicious than British food. Most of the Asian countries, they have a very good taste cuisine, like Thailand, Singapore.
What do I like? Greek food is amazing. And then also curries and stuff.
Yeah.
Basically anything.
Anything food really I can eat as far as it's food. Like I don't care where it's from. But I like spicy food because Nigerian food is super spicy. Mexican food, Asian food. I think anything that's spicy is what I would go for. But if it's just to taste it, I would try anything.
Italian food?
Mexican food, best food ever. And Italian. In Mexico we have like so much variety. Like each state has their own like food, like regional food.
Probably Thai food.
Mexican, Italian. I just love food.
French cinema as well.
I love some French movies.
American movies. We're neighbors, right? So they influence everything we do.
Yes, that Kiwi film, boy.
I'm torn between American movies and French movies.
I watch a lot of American movies. That's the majority of the movies I watch. And then I like Indian movies too.
The Lives of Others, which is a German film about the Cold War, and it's probably my favourite film. It's amazing.
Yeah, I watch films a lot, and mostly from American and also England. I think it depends on the film, not on the countries for me.
A lot of better movies are actually not English movies or American movies.
I don't care much about that where it comes. It's all about the content and the topic, the theme of the movie.
Probably British comedy.
I thought the weather was gonna suck, and it has. But I thought the people were gonna be not very friendly, and that's the opposite. They're always they're all been super nice.
I have much stereotype. Just expect it to be really rainy, kind of depressing sometimes because it's so rainy.
Fresh and chips because it's so convenient and potatoes is really great. Gentlemen, is still, I think Britain is really a great country. I especially like the people there. They are really friendly and they offer me a lot of help.
I guess preconceptions about people from Newcastle. Geordie Shore, when you watch it, you know nobody's going to be like that.
Well, the food is really different. I miss my bread from back home. If you compare the universities, it's really different. Back home we don't have student union, we don't have societies, so here you can actually get really involved.
I honestly didn't know much about it before I got here.
I just imagine it like I imagine most of England. I actually think the city is nicer than I thought it was going to be.
Obviously, I thought it was going to be raining all the time, which it hasn't. I know it's been like a mellow semester and it hasn't rained that much, and it's actually quite sunny. Today it was really, really sunny. So of course, I think that's the stereotype that everyone has of England. I also thought people would be not so nice as they are. Yeah, I think everyone has the image that English people are really distant. Every time I tell this to someone, they tell me the further up north you go, the nicer people are.
People to go out a lot, and drink a lot, and go crazy. And so far, what I've seen is true. I heard that English people are rather cold and that they don't want to talk to you that much. But that's something I didn't experience. Very friendly, and if you go to a shop, that's so cute. If they say "Hi love, how are you?" I expected people to be more reserved and cold.
I definitely think it's lived up to my expectations. Leeds is like a perfect city to me. You know, it's not too small, not too big. Great nightlife. People are friendly. You know, and it's something that I've really enjoyed.
Very old-fashioned and very classic, and very long history. Yeah. Leeds club.
I didn't really have an image of Leeds before I arrived. I think if anything, I thought English people were a bit chavvy. Chavvy or really, really posh and drinking tea all the time.
No, they have a very British accent before I come here, and especially for the people in Scotland. They said they have a very different, hard to understand accent.
Didn't know to a large extent that the English people are not they like their space. If they don't know you, they wouldn't just suddenly jump into a conversation with you.
Well, as soon as I came to look round the university on the open day, I fell in love with the Parkinson building and the Brotherton Library. I was nervous, I was scared about meeting people and living in a completely different environment. Photography.
They're cartoons.
Anime books.
Really pretty women. And they sing really well.
Aggressive.
Geishas.
Shy.
Fish.
Sushi.
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 Food.
Conflict.
Well, I've just studied Kenya, so conflict. Sorry.
Mountain.
Nice hair.
Dance.
Nothing.
Safari.
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 Tribal.
Spanish.
Wine.
Travel.
Oh, tango.
Dancing.
Football.
Passion.
So, I'm sorry, I'm in the mountains zone now.
Drugs.
Food, meat, and football.
Agriculture.
Football. Football.
Corned beef.
Family.
American people.
Dance, music.
Superstar singer.
Burgers.
Holiday.
Developed.
Fat people.
USA freedom.
Different cultures.
California pops into my head.
Hamburgers.
Capitalism.
Tourism city.
Pasta.
Pasta.
Luxury.
Pasta and pizza.
Nice food.
Yeah, food.
Food.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Pasta.
Good-looking people.
Runways and brand names and models.
Pyramids.
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 Pyramid.
Pyramids.
Pyramids?
Pyramids.
Pyramids.
Pyramids. Deserts.
Pyramids.
Misery.
War.
Hot.
Conflict.
War.
War.
The war.
Wars.
Violence.
Poverty.
Conflict.
No idea.
Friend.
Unrest.
I don't know that country.
Parties.
Socialism.
Fun.
Communism.
Last stand of communism.
Black people. I don't know.
Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro.
Drugs.
Communism.
They're dancing.
That's true.
Drug.
Noodles.
Food.
Food.
Chinese food. Yeah.
A country with a long history.
Or communism.
Rice.
A lot of people.
Short people. Really populated country.
A lot of traffic.
Lots of them.
Fabulous.
The one-child policy.
People.
Laid back.
Sun.
Coastal city.
Didgeridoos.
Sun.
Surfing.
Kangaroos.
Island.
Oceans. Kangaroo.
Kangaroo and koala.
Kangaroos.
Kangaroos.
Cute boys.
Oh, holidays.
Conflict. War.
Violence.
Conflict.
Controversial.
Trying to get out of problems.
Not a place I want to go.
The women covered.
Reason.
I would say problems.
No image.
Mosque.
Israel, which is terrible.
The sea.
Cape Town.
Ocean.
I don't know.
Doing my dissertation on South Africa. So, woman and apartheid.
Charlize Theron.
World Cup.
Sharks.
Cape Town.
The World Cup.
Misery.
Mandela.
Hot.
Food.
Hummus.
Arabic.
I don't know.
Ooh, colours.
Tea.
Sea.
Culture. It's a complete culture shock.
Arabic.
Arabic. Yeah.
I want to go there.
Desserts.
Party.
Samba.
Liveliness.
Landscape.
Oh, just happiness. They're always happy. I love that.
Oh, beautiful girls.
Carnival.
Football. Passion.
Football. Yeah.
Football.
World Cup.
Football.
Samba.
Beautiful women.
Favela.
Lord of the Rings.
Colors.
Very beautiful country. I like to visit.
My sister.
Kiwi.
Natural.
Mountains.
Cheese.
Beautiful.
Travel.
Sheep.
Rugby.
Cold.
Oil.
Cold.
Stalin.
Cold.
Freezing. Big.
Cold.
Moscow.
Big.
Girls.
Snow.
Little dance like na, 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 na.
Neighboring country.
Beautiful place, I love that. And like the meditation thing, yoga and all that.
Big, colourful.
Food.
Culture. The culture they have is amazing. Like, I love the music they have and the way they see life. I think it's pretty cool.
The rape, the gang rape.
Indian people.
Crazy.
Food.
Eat with hand.
Religious.
Weddings. Bollywood show.
Poverty.
Travel.
Culture.
Noodles.
More communism.
War.
War.
There was a war.
The war.
Food.
Four.
The US. Conflict.
I think that there is quite a good mix, but then there's often different cultures do group together, but I think for work purposes and stuff, people do come together and it's quite multicultural and well mixed.
They tend to stick together. I don't see them mixing, to be honest.
I think people tend to stick with the same culture, especially when you go abroad, because that's where you feel most comfortable and it's easier to get along with people generally from the same culture.
Yeah, I don't think people mix a lot here.
And I think people mix.
I think people tend to stick to the same culture. Maybe, like I think Europeans tend to mix and like maybe continent rather than culture.
I don't really know that many people from Leeds, actually. I'm not sure. When you're studying abroad, it's easy to hang around with study abroad people and not actually meeting, for example, local people.
Yeah, just stick to what you know. You never discover what's out there and what else is there to learn.
I think it's, for Chinese, people are used to group together because of the language.
And it's something that I wish I could change. Something natural, you know, like you would tend to go to people from your country, but at the same time too, you don't get to experience different cultures, different ways of life when you don't step out of that comfort zone.
I think it depends. It's normal that when you're abroad you look for other people that are in the same situation as you. So I think between foreigners we try to stick together and we meet a lot of people from all around the world.
It depends on the person. Most people tend to stay with people from the same culture because they have things they have in common, so they can relate with them better. Some people do make the effort of mixing because, like, I was discussing with my friends recently, there's no use coming to England and still having a Nigerian experience. Come to England and have an English experience or experience other cultures. Don't just always be with all the Nigerians or going for all the Nigerian events.
Most of the people, they prefer to stick with the people from the same country. I think it's a bad thing because you study abroad. You should meet people with different backgrounds. But if you just stick with the people from your own country, it's quite same as you study in your own country.
Some people are always going to be reluctant to mix because of who they are.
I went to a global cafe and I met a bunch of people and I just did like a bunch of activities that were for everyone during the first week.
The thing is, I want to make friends with more international students, but because we have some cultural differences, so and maybe the hobbies and interests are different, so it's a little hard for me.
Fine, I didn't really have any problems. I was in halls and I can speak English, so obviously it wasn't that difficult.
So we had like international week and then the freshers week. So like basically 2 weeks of getting to know people. Also people who come study abroad, they're very open because everyone's in the same situation. So they want to meet people, I want to meet people.
I haven't really had a problem with it.
I have lots of Chinese classmates in my class, so it's really easy to make friends with them. And also I think the society helped me a lot. In the society I can do things with people from different countries, so I can, through the events we can really know each other well.
I always take part in different like showcases, like in different societies. I try to interact, trying to be nice. For example, I go to South, I meet lots of people.
For me, it's easy because I like to talk to different kinds of people. Sometimes it is really difficult for people from different nationalities to be integrated because they have different cultures and the things that they are interested are really different. Some cultures are very openly, but some cultures are not.
No, because I think everyone sort of loves my accent.
I got here in time for the International Students Week. I got here the first day of that week. So that was a good time to come in because they had loads of events going on. So you could get to meet people.
My halls, but yeah, I did find it hard to make friends to begin with. But then you meet people through and through activities. Yeah.
It is maybe, even though in Vincent there are many people, but here you meet much more.
Well, I live in the middle of nowhere in Scotland, so there's not very much there. So it's not very varied.
I've lived in several places. I've met people from all over the world. I used to work in the States in a summer camp, so I met people also from all over the world. So it's not shocking for me at all.
It's really similar from my uni city. It's just like full of young people and like a lot of clubs and a lot of fun. And I've loved like the different cultures I've been able to interact with. Like I had done a year abroad before, but now I think I have like just so many more countries that like people from more countries, and being able to meet all of them has been really amazing. Like I knew that I got along really well with Brazilians, but I never knew that I would get really well along as well with Australians. We're pretty similar.
Trinidad is so mixed up, so I'm accustomed to being around people of different races.
Well, this week we've had it's kind of religion, but we've had like the week of Islam and stuff. So that's really interesting to learn about. But I don't think that I'm that exposed to many other cultures other than cuisine and the occasional thing at the union. I do enjoy it.
Really both, but the thing is, in my mind, the one thing, like being social, it really helps your education.
I think they try and create a lot of awareness about religion, but there's not much about culture.
I don't think it's unusual. I think kind of our generation is perhaps one that embraces diversity a lot more than previous generations have, but there is still quite a way to go, I think, in doing more and getting involved in more things, and especially at the university, I think we should just kind of say yes to every opportunity that that comes your way, because you can never meet like too many people.
Education.
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 Yes, at the end of the day, you're here for your education, bettering yourself. But at the same time, there has to be a social aspect.
Yeah, I would think so, because in education you only study your course and your subject. Like I would know a lot about English and French literature, for example, but not about like other stuff, and then actually learn skills like how to talk to people, get to know what they're studying and what they're doing.
Good question. I've been asking this question for the past 3 years.
It's mostly the academic, but then obviously the social side of uni is really important as well. But I don't do too much extracurricular stuff.
I think what I'd say now might be different to what I'd say in 10 years. I don't know.
I'm not saying that I'm meant to come here and play, but that is important. Extracurricular activities, but education is more important.
I think you just have to have a balance between them, and you can't just study. If you're going abroad, the point of going abroad is broadening your horizons, and it's not just studying. You have to also meet new people, meet new cultures.
The reason why I choose to study at Leeds is because the good academic system. But when I arrived here, I found the Leeds Uni is really fantastic. It has many good activities for students to join and make friends, and they have many societies.
This year, education, like previous years, probably social.
Yeah, my mum is paying for me to come here. I came so far to study, so I don't want to disappoint my family. I want to do well for myself because I want to be successful in my life. But I believe in a balance. Like once you do work, you can go out. Yeah.
I think it's the activities. The initial motivate for me to come to England. It's like I want to enjoy the cultures of England. I want to know more peoples here. The education is like the second reason. It's like the reason for my parents.
I think both, but for me, maybe I'm a social person, so social life, I think.
Extracurricular. They're really important to me because that's the way I've learned most of the things that I think I'll use later in life. I help in TV shows and model a little bit, and that's really important to me. But at the same time, school is really important just because I was taught to do well in school. Obviously, the whole part of university is about the education that you get, but I think it is the outside experiences that do shape who you are as a person. Because if you don't have all these extra experiences and encounters with new people, then you could come out of university just with a complete lack of social awareness and social skills.
I did hockey in first year, but I haven't done it since.
I joined the Real Ale Society, the beer society. I also went a few times to the Ultimate Frisbee Society and the Cycling Society.
Yeah, I'm doing the STAR Organisation Society. I did tennis.
Yes, I'm a part of the Afro-Caribbean Society, the East African Society here in Leeds, to be open to learn about cultures.
Mostly I go the Give It a Go activities, and I have attended the drawing class.
Okay.
Yeah, and I joined the intercultural ambassadors.
Yes, I have joined Snow Riders and stuff in first year. I joined the Polis Society and I also joined Scottish Country Dance, but I've never been. Sorry. I don't think society's had a massive influence on the friends that I made. But that was because I was in halls. I think if I hadn't been in halls, then societies would have played a much bigger part.
I joined the Chemical Engineering Society, joined Engineers Without Borders Society, so I can do some community work.
I want to try to give it a go and find which society is good for me than I might. Because there's a problem. In my own country, all the societies in university are free, but in here, most of them you should pay £5 to £10 to join the society, so it's a little different from my own country. I've tried the Scottish dancing before at one of the World Unite Festival event. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm part of the choir, which is good because I love to sing. And met some really nice people. Yeah, I've also just joined a salsa class, which is really exciting, and I've met people of all different cultures, and it's fun because it's not all about sort of just having a one-to-one conversation with somebody. It's like achieving something like in a partnership when you're dancing. I thought about joining 1,000. I haven't had time. I really want to join the fencing society because I'm a fencer. I want to do ballet because I used to do ballet when I was really little. And I want to do the television.
I joined just recently ballet society. I love trying new things, so I'm looking forward to find new maybe experiences.
I joined the Nigerian Society. I'm also a member of the Chemical Engineering Society, the Society of Petroleum Engineers. That one was free, so I definitely joined it. I'm a member of the Spoken Word Society as well.
I think Leeds Uni is really good as it is. I've had a really great time, so I don't know if I'd want to change it.
It's good enough for me.
Show how interesting different cultures are, to get people more curious.
Better participation. I think people are not aware that they can change a lot of things while they're here, even if they're foreigner, if they're postgraduate, whatever, there's a lot of channels to participate, but I don't think people take advantage of them. So just participate more.
Stereotype about students themselves. There's a part of me, obviously, that likes to sleep in the mornings, and like you're always going to get that. But the idea that quite a few people in society would have that students don't do very much and aren't very proactive, I think is quite false. There are a lot of us that are bothered about our education and making a difference, and I think that's what a lot more people should perhaps realise about us.
Just to make the most of the university experience and be really open-minded and have a good time.
Enjoy.
To come to Leeds, there's no other option for me. Just enjoy whatever you do.
Get more mixed and more, discover people out there.
Study hard, play hard, enjoy your life.
Get involved, be accepting, work hard in second year.
Enjoy your time as a student. It can be really fun, it can be really challenging, but you will never get that experience after you graduate, so enjoy.
Make the most of everything. You're not here for very long. We're all here at this place for a reason. It's to meet each other, and I think you should just embrace like everything about the university life and get involved.
If you open yourself, even if you don't get to know each other through the language or the cultures, you can really get really happy from others. Yeah.
Study harder. Study harder throughout school. I mean, throughout all of your uni.
Leeds University is really a great university for the students to come because there are a lot of intercultural activities there, and you can know the world cultures better. And the teachers here are very great. They are friendly. They are knowledgeable.
You're very lucky. You have a really beautiful place to live in and go to school to, and it's amazing. It's super fun, super friendly, and you get the experiences that you want, and it's really amazing. You're really lucky.
Be more open, be more accepting of other cultures and other people, and be more interested in the lives of others.
Try to get involved in everything like life offers you. Don't be afraid to join any societies, like to meet new people. Try like live to the fullest. Embrace your life, I don't know.
Next question.
That is a tough one.
I'm planning to move to Australia once I graduate, hopefully.
I'm gonna go back to Germany in June or July, and then I have 2 years left of university.
My dreams to travel the world and experience cultures. There's so much for me. There's so much that I've seen, yes, and there's so much that's left to be seen.
After graduation, I will go back to China and find a job. I like to be working in government.
Good question.
I really don't know.
When I finish my postgraduate, I wish I could find a job, maybe in Leeds or maybe in London. But if not, I will go back to China and then find a job.
Plan to stay in England after I graduate if I can get a job. If I cannot get a job, I will go back to China, Shanghai, to find a job.
I'd like to stay in the UK for a little while. Hopefully I can get a job. Eventually I want to go back home to Trinidad.
I'm not actually completely sure yet, but it's going to be something to do with the history, I guess.
I would like to travel and learn Spanish after graduating, but I'll need to work whilst I travel. Initially I'll have to go back home, but I'd like to not really be there for more than 6 months. I'd like to go travelling.
Travel a lot. I'm planning to go back to Kazakhstan and work.
I'm not too sure yet. A lot of people have been applying for stuff next year, but I haven't been applying. I think I might take a year out. Think about going to London, but I think working abroad does really appeal to me as well. I just think it's more interesting lifestyle. Like, it's really nice to immerse yourself in other cultures and get new experiences.
I want to travel a lot. I love traveling. And really my career can take me anywhere. So I'll just go with the flow. I graduate in December and I'll just apply to a lot of places.
Definitely want to travel a lot. Well, I definitely will go back home because that's why I wanted to study chemical and energy engineering, because Nigeria has a lot of problems with power.
I'll bring London. I love London.
Applied, yeah, because English people is really gentle to each other and they keep smile like thank you or cheers. I think I learned from the lifestyles. They really enjoy their life. They are very brave to try new things and to get in touch with other people from different countries. Yeah.
That's my knowledge. Oh, I would take the people. I would just take all of them back to Germany.
I met a lot of students. They just study what they want. It's different from my own culture. Most of the students, they study the project which is useful for they to find a job. But I see many students in here, they just study what they are interested in. They don't care about the employment or something. They just follow their heart. They just do what they want to do.
Bacon, probably. The schedule things are always on time. I would want that to be in Nigeria as well. Let's keep to time, make Nigeria a better place.
The experience, I mean, I've been here a year and a half and I have so many memories, so many great people I've met. I mean, not just people from England, but people from around the world.
I would bring Marmite because we don't have it, I think. And it's something that people hate it or love it. I love it.
The way people dress every day, I love it. They're like so elegant all the time. I love that. I would totally bring that back.
So I brought two things. I brought this, which looks really weird. I actually don't like it. My dad loves it. That's why he sent it. And I brought this. So this is called bocadillo. And this is just a chocolate thing. It's called chocolatina jet. So the bocadillo is made out of guava. It's like sweet. I think it has sugar. It's really Colombian, so that's why I brought it. And the chocolatina jet, which is chocolate. It's just it's been in Colombia for, I don't know, 50 years. It's totally Colombian. So like every child you ask knows what it is, and I think it really represents as well.
I brought a Mexican lollipop. It's really well in Mexico because we really like candy and flavorful stuff.
This is a book called Now is the Time that was a gift from my dad when I came to university.
It's a British author, I think, called Patrick Lindsay.
The concept of the book is 170 ways to seize the moment. I thought this was quite relevant to like the video and the concept of everything. Now is the time to accentuate your uniqueness. Don't dwell on the negatives in your life. Don't allow yourself to be swamped by the crowd. Look for the things that set you apart. Embrace them, foster them. Give yourself credit for them. Hone them, improve them, and use them to your advantage. And this kind of proverb comes from a quote by Abraham Lincoln, which is, whatever you are, be a good one. It's about, chasing your dreams and your goals. And some things might be slightly cliche, but it's always good to have that.
I explained them that it is a Danish beer, even though a lot of people think it's either English or Irish. And the reason I brought it is maybe we're talking about cultural elements, and one of the things that's kind of alike in, I guess, in most of Northern Europe, and also between Denmark and, for example, the UK, is the drinking culture, or just the thing about having a beer at the pub. It's quite similar, even though we are from kind of different places, I guess.
This is a gift from my mother in my 18th birthdays. I think it's very unique and very meaningful for me, so I wear it every day.
I bring three things. The first is it's a magnet. The reason why I take it is because you see the clothes. It's kind of Peking opera style. So Peking opera is Chinese traditional culture, like people they singing. This is a bookmark, and why it's special because you see the vase, the pattern.
Yeah.
It's quite Chinese. There is a dragon in here. So dragon is kind of sign of China, I think. The final thing is a red Chinese knot. It has many meanings like peace, love, happiness, wealth.
I brought something that is called Spätzle. It's a German type of pasta. Actually, it's from the southwest of Germany, where I'm from. And it's really special type of pasta. It tastes really good.
I'm wearing saukile. It's young girls used to wear this. It was a long time ago we used to wear this. But nowadays we just wear for special occasion. If a family is very rich, you have this jewelry made of silver, made of gold. Like for example here, it used to be very popular.
These are earrings which everyone wears, most people wear. And this represents me because I love jewelry a lot. I was raised in the northern part of Nigeria where jewelry is really important because it says a lot about you, your status. People could just judge you by the jewelry you're wearing. So this reminds me of back home because of the material that's used to make it.
Records.
What I think it's about.
Oh man. Well, it seems quite upbeat, so yeah, maybe a love story or something to do with family and friendship. It's quite happy.
Yeah. It sounds upbeat, and I was tapping my foot away when that was going on. Sounds good, makes you want to get up and have a dance.
I think it's very happy.
Pop song, so probably a love story. A guy singing about a girl. He seems to like her, so it's got quite a happy beat.
It's positive, not negative, I think, because it's quite happy, I think. And I don't understand the meaning, but I guess it's from some Muslim culture.
Is it Spanish?
It's kind of India style.
You like want to get do like this. So it's really like has a nice rhythm and makes you want to like get up and dance.
It sounds happy. So love maybe?
It's kind of Middle Eastern, but also kind of Brazilian. I don't know. It's like a mixture. So it reminds me of the World Cup song, or the Waka Waka Shakira song, which she's Colombian by the way.
Has a good beat. I have no idea. It sounds happy.
I think it's a love song. I feel happy. It's like a nice melody.
I love the beat. It reminded me of a boat actually, going off into the sunset and that kind of music with your friends.
I have no idea, but I love this song. It reminds me a bit of like salsa song. It's kind of love, romance, like let's have fun. No, I think so because of maybe the mood, but I don't know what does it mean or something.
I'm really glad I came to Leeds. I really enjoyed my time here. I'm still enjoying my time. I can't believe I've been here for so long already and have to go so soon.
Thank you for this.
Enjoy your life in Leeds. Make every second count.
I enjoy doing this. Pretty fun. And yeah, just everybody should get more involved and mixed.
Thanks a lot. To you because I love kind of sharing experience. And I love to represent more about my country, and I'm proud to deliver maybe this presentation. I want to say maybe to all international students, don't be afraid. I know life is for me just a wonderful journey, and just enjoy every moment.
Smile. The end. No, thank you.